Let's do it.
So now joining the Social Sports Hour podcast, we have a big guy blowing up on Twitter. He's got a lot of information. We got Joey Kinsley. He goes by Sir Yacht on Twitter. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's been a time of no sleep, but I'm very thankful. It's been a lot of fun. So thanks for the introduction. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, okay. So for those of you guys that don't know, Joey goes by Sir Yacht that's his Twitter handle. And he has been reporting some stuff out of the Big Ten about them wanting to reverse their decision, go back to playing football. He's got guys like Pat McAfee. He's got Big Cat off of Barstool, all tweeting at him. All their followers are getting his information. Joey, explain what's going on and kind of how you're getting this information.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an absolute whirlwind of the past, 72 hours or so. Based on all the content that I made, I got in contact with this guy who enjoys the content, and he's like, hey, I got some good information if you want to run with it. And I mean, I trust him because a lot of things that are coming out right now are things that I've previously reported on. But a week and a half ago, he gave me information that the Big Ten was originally going to cancel the season. So I reported on that, and then 3 days later it happened. So that gave me kind of some credibility encouragement that, I was getting good information. I was getting accurate information. But yeah, it's been crazy. So basically what everything's happening is, the Big Ten is going to plan on doing the restart. There's people like Jeff Snook out of Ohio State. There's people that are affiliated with Penn State that are reporting some things. I mean, things are kind of starting to break wall. Things are starting to leak out. But from what I'm hearing, 100% the Big Ten is back, barring a giant outbreak this week. But so far, so good.
So how do you feel about Justin Fields' petition to immediately bring back the season?
I love it. I love that because he would, him and guys like him and Trevor Lawrence are so special. I mean, they're probably the two. I mean, you got Sam Ehlinger down in Texas, but I mean, Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence are probably two of the favorites to win the Heisman. And it would be such a shame to not see either of them this year, and for them to forego the season and go into the NFL draft. And not just them, but so many people that have sacrificed a lot of time, that are on scholarships, to even people that aren't even going to play in the NFL, and just have jobs after. I mean, the college football is so important. But going back to Justin Fields, very important. Yeah, it still baffles me that Georgia chose Jake Fromm over him. It baffles me. I don't. That is a horrible decision. But anyways, it fell into Ohio State. I'm very thankful for that one. But yeah, he's just such a leader, and it's cool to see somebody who's guaranteed probably a starting job his rookie year in the NFL want to come back to Ohio State and play. I mean, that just tells you how special college football is to America right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we've had guys like the Penn State athletic director come out and he goes, I don't know if a vote was taken by the presidents. Right. Why do you think, obviously last week, Big Ten makes a decision to scrap the season, try to go spring. Is it this outside pressure? Is it guys like Justin Fields? Is it the parents that are flying up to the Big Ten headquarters? Is that the outside pressure that is forcing Kevin Warren and other guys to rethink this? Or is it from a financial standpoint, or what's going on?
I see there's so many things that Kevin Warren unfortunately didn't consider. That, I mean, it's literally everything you said. It's not one particular thing. It's many things, and that's why it's pressuring. That's why it's getting very ugly behind the scenes. Kevin Warren, apparently what I'm hearing is he's going to blame it on incomplete medical information. Incomplete medical information. Why do you make a decision anyways? And it's what's super bothersome is Penn State's athletic director. I mean, Penn State is, obviously one of the better teams in the Big Ten for football year in, year out. And he's left out of the dark on a football decision. I mean, the presidents they probably had a roundtable discussion. We know they had a roundtable discussion. And what I'm saying is there might not have been a vote. Like there was a vote put out. There was a 12-2 thing that said Nebraska and Iowa were the only teams that didn't agree to this shutdown of the Big Ten that happened before. But for there not to be a vote and for Kevin Warren to kind of just make all this up so that he didn't get any backlash, but then it kind of leaked out, that's a horrible look for him. I mean, if from all angles, I mean, like even his son, like just disagrees with him. His son plays at Mississippi State, and it's been rumored. I can't confirm 100%, but it's been rumored that he wanted to pull his son out, and he didn't want to. He didn't want to come out of Mississippi State. Like it's bad for him. A lot of people are calling for his resignation right now. He's thinking about stepping down. I heard last night about 75% that Kevin Warren is going to step down. So we'll see.
Wow.
But financially, I mean, you're talking about millions and millions and millions of dollars left on the table. You're talking about not being able to recover for a few years, just financially recruiting, like over the overall organizations or the programs. It's just there's so many levels to this that if there isn't a college football season, it would be devastating. Devastating.
Yeah, to add on to that, can you touch on that a little bit more about how if they do postpone this season or cancel it, years down the road, how will that affect everything? Not just with the program, but the school as a whole.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's all these programs, rely on this. I mean, not just for their football programs to be, to survive, but for other programs in college. They don't. I mean, football is such a high revenue generating sport. I mean, other sports unfortunately don't generate that revenue. Not everybody has a good basketball team. Like Kentucky or Duke doesn't have a good football team. That's a bad example, but all these Big Ten teams not necessarily don't have amazing basketball programs that can generate this revenue. And even if they can generate the revenue, you're still counting on millions and millions of dollars, and that's being left on the table. And for people saying that player safety is being thrown out the window when the Big Ten comes back, I'm not saying I've been saying this. I don't think Kevin Warren's a bad guy. He does have a player safety. But my issue is if you don't have this season and you don't have these guys like who live on their own already and who are secluded from, the college life already and can take virtual classes like most of them already do, you're putting them in danger for them going out into the college campuses. And I mean, you're talking about them being around 40, 50,000, 60,000 people. And I mean, even more at, places like Alabama, Ohio State. I mean, you're telling me that's not dangerous? I'm telling you, I think there's definitely a way for it to make it work. I mean, it's a pandemic that we haven't seen since the Spanish flu in the 1910s, 1920s. Okay. We still don't have the answers. That being said, it's very possible to have, we've seen what the NBA has done. I mean, they've done a very good job. It is possible to have a bubble. It is possible for this, but I mean, the impact that, like I said, that it would result from not having a Big Ten season would just be devastating for so many schools, particularly the ones that don't have good basketball programs that generate a lot of revenue.
So let me get this straight. You said there's a 75% chance that Kevin Warren could resign.
Yeah, and what the hell does that mean? I hate when I hear things like that because it's 75% he's resigning. It's okay, so we don't know if he's it's not 100%. It's leaning basically what that means is it's leaning towards that right now. And it's the pressure. People want him to step down. I mean, that's 100%. The way he's handled it, we're talking. There are people threatening litigation, players' parents. there are players' parents that are already taking legal action. He's gotten letters of lawsuits. It's unbelievable. So right now in his head, he's 75%, he's leaning. What that means is he's leaning towards resignation. That could change obviously as the next couple of days come on, but he is on hot fire right now. And it's really ugly behind the scenes. There are a lot of people that are mad at him. There are a lot of people that are angry that he made up this vote, either angry that he didn't consult a whole lot of people on this decision, basically made this decision on himself, by himself. So it's 75% basically leaning towards resignation right now.
Damn. Okay. Wow. So you think he would have got away with this decision or, if the other conferences followed, but obviously Big 12, SEC, ACC, they're all pushing still to play. Does that affect the Big 10 status in all of this?
Yeah, especially the SEC, and then I guess the ACC was supposed to cancel their season as well, but the way they saw the debacle of Kevin Warren handling the situation, they've been steadfast, and it doesn't sound like they're going to cancel anytime soon. A couple of days ago, Kevin Warren was basically praying that the SEC would cancel. He was hoping for a miracle on his end, so he'd have an alibi, so he'd have a scapegoat to go back on. And now he's going to blame it on incomplete medical information. Obviously those for sure have an effect, but it also doesn't hurt that Ohio State has a huge influence on what the Big Ten does, and deservedly so. And, I've been told, if Ohio State doesn't play this season, nobody's going to play. I mean, they're going to do whatever it takes for them to play. You have, other programs that are threatening to go to the Big 12. It's, but yeah, I mean, but it's, for right now, there's going to be a Big Ten season. I mean, Jeff Snook reported last night, he's an Ohio State beat guy, that they're trying to do this 6-team thing right now. At least they need at least 6 teams to participate in this home season. It's so basically there is going to be a season. I'm working on getting more details this morning, and I'll report some stuff. But there's such a change, and in the past week, in the past 72 hours, it's unbelievable. And this is unprecedented, and unfortunately, Kevin Warren's kind of taking a lot of heat for it.
Now, I kind of think a jump to the professional level. How do you think the NFL season will turn out, and do you see it being fully completed?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of things that this isn't things that I've reported on. I mean, there's things that there's going to be like delays and things like that. I have no idea. I'm just from pure speculation from the NFL side of things. But, I do think the season will be completed in some way, shape, or form. I mean, I know it sounds bad, but this country can't run without football. I mean, economically. I mean, people are really hurting right now, particularly mentally, physically. I mean, it's just football does a lot more things than just money. It really helps people. It is as American as you can get. So I believe there might be a delay, but I definitely think the season's gonna pan out. Particularly, there's not gonna be any fans. What's concerning is there's not really a plan. There's not a bubble. There's guys that have gotten COVID, but there hasn't been that many cases comparatively to the MLB, so that is nice. So we'll see. Time will tell. But obviously we all hope for an NFL season. I would imagine that if they start the season, that they're going to finish it.
Okay, so we'll wrap up with this one last question. Okay, you're a big Cleveland, Ohio sports guy. How are your Browns going to do this year? Is this the year?
11-5. I didn't even hesitate. I would take 9-7. I would take whatever, but they finally have a coach that understands that his quarterback, or actually just understands football for that matter. I mean, poor Baker, huge and that's just enough. Like, the fact that the Browns won 6 games last year is astonishing because their coaching was so bad that they shouldn't even have.
I was there at one of the games last year, and the coaching was rough. I'm a Patriots guy, so I was at the Patriots games when they played the Browns. I was coming back from a wedding in Baltimore, but I was in Charlotte. It's so weird. Baltimore's like 5 hours away from Cleveland, but I took a flight from Charlotte. It was so dumb. But anyways, I was at a wedding, and I was hungover, and the Browns were losing. There was it was like 3 plays in a row where it was just like fumble, 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 fumble. It was like, you got to be. It was a disgrace. And Freddie, unfortunately, nice guy, but he just, my mailman's a nice guy. Doesn't mean he should be a coach. He's the offensive coordinator that made Kirk Cousins look like Aaron Rodgers. I've always said that. He's very good with play action. Baker Mayfield's amazing play action. That's where he's at his best. These were statistics that Freddie Kitchens had available and just, I guess, either couldn't read or decided to ignore. So I'm hoping that, a first-year coach, yes, he's younger. We got a younger GM, but we got a lot of talent, got a lot of things on the offensive line. The offensive line is more solidified. We got a good defensive front. I wouldn't be shocked if it could be for the division with Baltimore, but I see Baltimore winning the division. I don't think the Steelers are going to be that good. I think they're going to be like a 7-9 team. I don't think Roethlisberger is as good as everybody wants him to be or he used to be. So I might be a homer, but I'm trying to be positive as well. So yeah, 11-5.
I love it. I love everything. In this interview. Let's go. Well, we appreciate.
I can't wait to get this important and they go 5-11 or something like that. But yeah, we'll see.
It's okay. We'll run the tape back in January then. Anyway, hey, we appreciate you coming on. Make sure you guys follow Sir Yacht on Twitter, on TikTok, on all his different platforms. He's on there. He's got news. He's breaking it. So thank you for coming on, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, guys, thanks so much for having me on. Be safe, be well, and I don't know. college football's coming soon. Thanks.
Let's go.
We'd love to hear.
Of course. So thanks. We appreciate it. And we'll blast it out on our socials, when we get this out. So I'll email you all the stuff and awesome. Yeah, we really appreciate it if you help us out. So anyway,
sounds
congrats.
good. Thank you. If you tweet it out, if you DM me on Twitter, the tweet of you tweeting it out, I'll make sure to retweet it.
1,000%. Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, guys. Thanks so much again. Really appreciate it. Take it easy.
Yeah, have a good one.
Later.
He definitely was just getting news right there.
Yep. That's awesome.
Solid.
Okay. This is great. Okay. I'm going to go work out now, Tony.
I think I am too. I definitely am, actually.
That's great. Well, that's a good interview, and I'm going to try to make this look really good. So I'll talk to you later, Tony.
All right, brother.
Peace.
See you.